Hey everybody, this is Garrick. This is my friend Jamie, and we're here to do our first impression review of Marrying Mr. Darcy. This is our first part of a Jane Austen themed board games or card games, really. So, yeah. So I got to show you this today.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to share our first impressions about it, but we're also going to talk about Jane Austen itself. Since we're talking about Pride and Prejudice, have you seen Jane Austen? The Zombie Apocalypse, which I know you did, but you didn't see Pride and Prejudice zombies, have you?
No.
I did. And I gotta tell you, that movie is freaking awesome. And it got bad reviews. It got really bad reviews online.
This is the kind of movie that lies to you.
This movie was drab.
The climax of the movie looks like it's gonna get interesting, and you're like, all right, well, no, it's just still not.
For me, overall, I just didn't like the movie.
What the hell did I just watch?
Like, a lot of people were like disagreeing with it because they didn't understand Jane Austen.
Like, oh, I was gonna say that maybe it's the Jane Austen purists that don't like it, but.
No, I'm a Jane Austen purist. I love it. It's amazing. I'm
Jane
just saying.
Austen and zombies.
Yeah, Jane Austen, and that's my thing too.
Yeah.
I like zombie movies. But nevertheless, that movie is incredible because you have stars in it. Matt Smith
Oh, okay.
from Doctor Who played the 11th Doctor. He plays the funniest role.
What does he play?
He plays Mr. Collins,
Really?
who's the uppity priesty guy in it,
Oh,
who proposes to Elizabeth.
I can kind of see that.
Lily James, she played Cinderella. She was also on Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Yeah, she actually played Elizabeth Bennet. A cheeky Elizabeth Bennet that knows Kung Fu.
Oh, fun.
And she
I
was
think
beating
Elizabeth
people
Bennet
up.
would know Kung Fu.
Yeah?
She
You
would.
think so?
I think so.
Well, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth Bennet is a fighter. In either case, it perfectly fits this, I think.
Yeah.
Because in this, you really need to know the Jane Austen book, in particular, Pride and Prejudice. Because in this game, you get to play characters from that book. For instance, you get to either play any one of the Bennet sisters. So you can play Elizabeth, you can play Jane, you can play Kitty, you can play Lydia. Yeah, you can play Charlotte, or you can play Georgiana, Darcy, which is Mr. Darcy's sister.
You can play one of these ladies.
One of these ladies.
Whatever their names may
Whatever
be.
the names in the front, yes, you can play that. So your whole job is you're trying to build your reputation, to build characters. So you would play these character cards. In order for you to do that, you need to play an event. So during your turn, you would draw a card and then read an event like this one. Insult your rivals after she leaves the party.
Wow.
Because that actually happened in the book. So one of the things that you might find in this deck of events is a dice rolling stage, right? So this one, like the party card over here, you can play and everybody in the game will have an opportunity to roll a dice, and the outcome is different. So in this party game, you're dining people, and they can roll. If they roll a 1, Mr. Collins is on your whist partner. Discard 1 card from your hand. You have other cards like visit your aunt and uncle. Another read the letter card. Ooh. So you might get info on an event based off of a dice roll. So that's pretty darn clever. But it also allows you to draw a card and play a card. So you can draw from the character card and then play a card to build the characteristics of your character.
So this one is +3 beauty. You can attach this to your character, and now you're +3 beauty points.
You sound like a pro.
I've played this once before.
Once before.
Once before.
That's all you need to become a pro. Just play a game once. So that's what you're doing. You're playing cards to build your character. But you also can play cunning against your opponents. So in order to get the first proposal, you need to have the most cunning on hand. The more cunning you have, the more possibility that you will get proposed first and everybody else will take their turn. So yeah, and then each of the suitors that you are trying to entice has certain values in which you need to qualify for. For instance, let's go with Mr. Darcy over here.
So Mr. Darcy just
friendly
wants
this.
5 wit.
Oh, 5 wit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it says it right on his card. Mr. Collins has, he wants 2 beauty and 2 reputation, because that kind of matches the character. He's really looking for a hot,
well-to-do
well-to-do
woman.
lady.
Lady.
Yeah, Matt Smith plays him, by the way. I'm just saying. After you've gone through the deck of cards, you'll be proposed to. So if you have the most cunning, you'll be able to go first. But of course, you need to qualify for that particular suitor's what he's looking for.
Yes.
Sometimes you might have enough values to have 3 suitors come up to you and propose to you. So during your turn, you're going to roll a dice. If you do not make the roll, you won't be able to marry him.
Nope.
But if you just single out one character that you really, really want, that will give you a greater chance. So you can roll a 3 and still might be able to snatch him away. So that's kind of a cool concept. The downside is, if you don't get the proposals, you might wind up as an old maid.
Dun, dun, dun.
In fact, one of the results from this card is that your kind and wealthy family takes you, and you become a celebrated author.
You become Jane Austen.
You become Jane Austen. So basically, you win by adding up all your values. What was your first impression of it?
I really liked it. It was really fun, really silly. The event cards are just so hilarious. I remember there's one party card where I think Mr. Collins, we all rolled like a 1, and Mr. Collins ended up stepping on almost
Yes.
everyone's
That's actually in the,
feet.
that's actually in the books too.
Right. So
Right?
It follows the book's events pretty well.
Right. So my first impression of the game is that it kind of captures the spirit of what Jane Austen was writing. The designer of this game did an amazing job, and this was also a Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
It started off with the designer trying to bring awareness to it and bring the game to the stage, and it finally has. The plus side with this game is that if you do like Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, there is a zombie expansion for this game. I kid you not. Those people agree with me in there. In either case, I very much like this game, and I would ask you guys to try it out if you have the opportunity to get it. So that's my first impression.